an ex-government official, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, 30-year
Right.
government official, head of the Israeli space program, like
Saying,
well-known dude.
yeah, and he's saying what a lot of people do
Okay.
feel in this space, like
Yeah.
people who have like spent a lot of time in this space and who have stayed like on the credible side of
Yeah.
it, do believe that humans are at a position where, you know, we're maybe not quite ready to explore this subject to depth.
It's interesting you say that because, like, and I quote him here: "If I had come up with what I'm saying today 5 years ago, I would have been hospitalized."
Right.
Wherever I've gone with this in academia, they've said the man has lost his mind. Today, they're already talking differently. I have nothing to lose. I've received my degrees and awards. I am respected in universities abroad, where the trend is also changing.
Yeah. And that's the fascinating part is like when you look back 8 years ago, that article I wrote in 2012 with the top astrophysicist saying aliens are among us, the way the mainstream covered it is like, this guy is absolutely insane. Yeah. And yet here we are. Like, I mean, it's now a different discussion, which is good. Remember we kept saying like a couple of years ago, like UFOs are no longer a fringe topic, right? We kept saying that over and over again. Yeah. It's like, we're at that point where UFOs aren't fringe anymore. No. The question of extraterrestrials is a little bit fringe, but even look at Joe Rogan. Like, you wrote an article asking Joe Rogan this many years ago, hey, look at this evidence, because even he was a guy that was as open-minded as he is. It was kind of like he'd never really looked into the subject.
Yeah, he was offering opinions and stuff, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it was quite clear that he didn't really look into the subject and properly before doing that.
Right.
But he's clearly changed.
Right.
Clearly,
and it's good.
Aware of a lot of stuff. I hope he read my article.
Yeah.
I wasn't being mean to him or anything.
No, it was just one of those like, hey guys, there's it's sort of like with the vaccine subject, right? Like when most doctors actually sit down and with an open mind and open heart, they look at the evidence available, they start to go, oh, okay, this vaccine conversation isn't as black and white. There is something that we really need to talk about versus, nope, that's just all anti-vax bullshit, right? Anybody who's saying that it's just anti-vax BS is not looking at the information available, right? But anybody who's saying, oh, vaccines are complete poison and complete dangerous, they're killing everybody, is also not looking at the information, right? So it's like there's both sides to the coin here. But Galactic Federation, it's this crazy idea to a lot of people, right? Yeah. But it's taken, like so many other things, it's taken a lot more seriously behind the scenes than we think. So let's hop over to this CIA document, which looks at a remote viewing attempt on the Galactic Federation headquarters.
Yeah, you know the remote viewing program. I don't know if we need
first define remote viewing for people just in case.
Remote viewing is basically the ability to kind of quote see a remote location without actually being there. So like if I'm sitting in a room and I wanted to see what's going on across the street in a room in the building, I could do that. It's not like you fly out of your body or anything. You just kind of perceive what's in that room. And it was a program that ran with Stanford University and the CIA for 25 years, and it was extremely successful. A paper published in 1996 in the Journal of Scientific Exploration points out it had a very successful run, and this is why people were confused when it shut down. So basically, the military and the CIA were using this to like view Russian facilities, what kind of technologies they're making, blah blah blah. But from all the remote viewers in that program, a lot of them, we have found out that they were also tasked with remote viewing space and extraterrestrial stuff. Mm-hmm. And there are many former remote viewers that, I'm in contact with a couple, have been in contact with a couple that have told me this, and a lot have just come out and said it and given lectures on it, that they were basically tasked to look at, the backside of the moon and look at different extraterrestrial
backside.
Basically the U.S. government is very interested in this phenomenon, and that's quite clear, UFOs, and they task remote viewers to basically find out what's going on, what they are, and why they're here. Yeah. Because we have to understand that it's not like the government knows anything. These people are investigating this stuff still, and they probably have a lot of unanswered questions just like we do, right?
Right.
So the remote viewing program, like you can go into the Stargate files, and I was kind of sifting through the Stargate files on the CIA website because they've declassified them. And I came across one remote viewing session where a remote viewer was tasked with viewing, and I quote right here, we can show a screenshot, and I quote right here, the Galactic Federation headquarters. Mm-hmm. I was just shocked when I saw this. And it's interesting on these documents, all documents have like security, like it's top secret or whatever. That's blacked out in these documents.
So you can't see the classification?
You can't see the classification. I think there are classifications we don't know about. So there's
Right.
top secret, above top secret, and then there could be like some stuff.
G13 or
G13, cosmic top secret.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this document is basically, they were remote viewing. The CIA was remote viewing the Galactic Federation headquarters, or a supposed Galactic headquarters.
On Earth, though, right? So specifically,
Yeah,
it was supposed to be on Earth.
Yeah, it seems on Earth, and it seems to be, what I understand, possibly in Egypt and underground, which is also interesting because there another remote viewer, actually multiple remote viewers we've written about on their site. This document is interesting. It's from the 1980s where they were attempting to view the Galactic Federation headquarters. There were beings there, and the beings were actually aware. This is another thing with remote viewing.
Yeah.
These beings were aware that they were being viewed
Right.
by this person.
And that corroborates with a story that I had.
It corroborates with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like I met a guy who got really good at remote viewing, and he told me that he remote viewed some people that he didn't say who they were because he's like, honestly, I got so scared from the experience, which I don't think remote viewing is a scary experience. I've done it before. It wasn't scary, but for some people, he remote viewed somebody and they realized that he was in the room, and these were like high profile political people.
Yes.
And they realized he was in the room and they looked right at him.
Yeah.
And he said, after that experience, I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yes. This corroborates with someone like I was mentioning. There are other remote viewers. Pat Price.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Price, supposedly, apparently, according to him and other remote viewers in the program, was tasked to remote view alien bases on Earth.
Right.
And he named a bunch of different places, like in Zimbabwe, in Australia, like underneath mountains, in mountains. And when he was there, they knew that he was there.
Right.
And Lynn Boshannon is another one who was also tasked by the U.S. government, according to him, to find out why they're here, how many groups there were, what their intentions were they good and bad, blah, 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 right? And you got to take this stuff with a grain of salt. It's not like a remote viewer says something and they're completely right. But there are, like, it was an extremely successful program. We're talking about like 90% like repeatable over and over again, right?
Well, even the
strict scientific protocols. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
there's a lot of rigor. Yeah. Jessica Utz
at the University of California statistics prof looked at, published a number of studies on remote viewing, and like the statistical significance and the repeatability of it is like extreme.
Yeah.
Like greater than like science, like hard sciences like we see today. Like it's legit. Right?
Yeah. Like I think she has a quote saying something to the effect of like, most people even don't realize like the level of rigor that goes into the remote viewing study is like beyond what a lot of stuff people accept today.
Yeah. So it's very interesting stuff, especially the extraterrestrial stuff in this. I was shocked to find the CIA document viewing Galactic Federation headquarters. And the interesting is, like he says, like it's a big field, maybe Egypt underground, and the beings were humanoid.
Right.
Not just humanoid, I mean human looking. Like
right.
Human looking beings. So technically, if there were human looking beings that were part of some sort of extraterrestrial civilization that's aware of Earth, they could walk among us and we wouldn't know.